right now. Welcome to Sozo TV, where we discuss the realities of emotions and how it affects our relationship with one another. Sozo TV is specially curated, as we also always say, for men and the women that love them. So no matter who you are or at whatever point of time you're watching this, you're welcome. We appreciate you being there. My name is Presley, and as usual, I am not speaking to our conversation today by myself. But just before I introduce the incredibly wise men that I will be speaking
Oh my God.
that I'll be speaking to today, can we table our conversation? Social media relationships, delusion, or reality? We live in a day and time where almost everything is online, and the influence of it we cannot neglect. Let's get into the conversation today. To my right, someone that I have the privilege of referring to as a father, mentor, sometimes friend, depending on the context of the conversation, Mr. Alausa.
Can you add financier to
No, you know, I don't have him. He's a big boy now.
investor?
No, sir, I'm getting there. Please. It's great to have you on the conversation as usual.
Pleasure to be here.
And of course, to my left, Don. Also have the privilege of calling him mentor, friend, and a bunch of other things. Great to have you also here.
Nice to have you.
I'm particularly excited that
It's nice to have me. Abi.
Yeah, nice to have
that
you.
I get
Okay,
to
thank
that I get to steer the conversation for this particular episode because of the topic. Social
We
media.
left it for you.
We see pictures, videos,
Reels.
yes, reels, romantic gestures.
God,
Everything is online these days. You and I were having a conversation the other day. You talked about how the wifey showed you a video
oh yes.
of a man that bought a car
Mm.
for the wife.
With
And then you showed her a video.
Yes. A wife that bought a house.
Or
for
your
her
wife
husband.
that bought a house
Oh,
for her
yes.
husband. Sometimes these things we say it jokingly, right? But we cannot also neglect the fact that it becomes serious, in some spaces. And the first question I want to lead with, and I'd like to start with you, Don, is: do you think these things are doing more harm than good to relationships in this day and time?
Will I say so? I don't think that social media is actually the problem, right? So social media is like a gun, and it's not good, it's not bad. It's the person that is holding the gun that determines what you would do with it. So the way social media is designed to create dopamine in you and make you want to stay and come back, right? That said, I would not say whether social media is doing anything to anybody's relationship. You have just allowed social media to do something to you and your relationship. That's how I'm going to look at it.
Chat. That's so. I don't even know the word to use, but it's like, but I'd like to get your thoughts
for
on
you.
it.
I'll be like for you too. I'll be like. See, no, I think social media is just another peer pressure.
Right.
No, when we
Another-
were
it's a major peer
yes, when we were
pressure.
younger, it's you get influenced by the things that people around you do, your friends and all that. But now social media is another level. You don't need to look for it now. You don't even need to know them. Yet they influence your life.
Yeah. I'm sorry I'm butting in. I want to make a case for someone who's maybe out there and they're thinking, but I did it innocently. I saw someone that was just loving up on their wife, and I thought it might be a good suggestion for my own husband as well. So I decided to show it to him. Right? Would you say that's a bad thing?
No, it's not a bad thing. But if you know I earn 700,000 a month, and you brought something on social media to come and show me that, Alausa, see what this person did. And you know
that
I
it's 12 million.
yes, I earn 700,000 per month, and you showed it to me not once, not twice, different things. What you are telling me indirectly is that buckle up, this is what your mates are doing. So it's indirect pressure. And then whether we like it or not, it begins to affect our conversations and how you react to me.
Right, exactly.
Because it progresses. So you push me and push me. I was discussing with my wife jokingly one day, and I said, I can't afford. He said, if your people that afford you, they are stealing. You should go and look for a gun and steal now. So it could be a joke, but my point is that the way a man is, when you are now in your moment, in your silent moment, you're asking yourself, am I enough? And that is coloring the relationship.
90% or maybe even 98 or 99% of the weddings that you see today, there's hashtag this, hashtag that.
The one that annoys me the most is proposal.
It's proposal. Even that one, thank you for
That
bringing
one
it up,
gets to me.
because like that's the right? So it feels
It's
like
a lot of money.
What are you
To
saying?
handle the
You have
to set up the
you have-
proposal.
So you have a wedding
You're
plan.
married now. You don't have
Wedding
to worry
plan.
about. I'm not as worried about.
I know I'm worried because
I'm
the
worried for
young
you.
I
But-
see
but
a lot
trust
of
you can propose that you do it in church. All of us will clap. It's not a big deal. Point is, I was in a restaurant.
I was going to send you my checklist actually, so you just fund it.
No, I was in a restaurant. I was saying, go and use that money to buy land.
Right.
I was in a restaurant, and so I saw them preparing a space. So I went there and said, what's happening? They said, oh, a proposal is going to happen later in the day. So I asked them what they all cost. And they said it's 5 million for 2 hours or something. And so the young man is paying 5 million first, just for the hall. And then decoration. They were decorating the hall when I got there. So I did decoration maybe another 3 or 4 million. Okay. And then he bring food like a normal
and
party.
you will bring
There will
all
be
these people
food.
that are
His friends will come. They will eat as a normal
photographers and the
party.
rest of
So
them.
just for proposal, the guy is spending 15 million.
that he is not sure whether the girl will slap him.
Where the girl will even have said, there is a lot of
No, some people
the
don't
ones
mind.
the
will
ones they
slap you
reject
still.
are the ones that happen in malls, not the one that happens in
Okay,
restaurant.
mall.
It's the mall. You are doing cheap. You are doing cheap proposal.
I like
What's that
I like
one?
the I like the trajectory, because I was going to get to the question, but I like how you sort of layered it for me, right? Because the question I was going to ask on the back of that was, we see what proposals look like today. We see what weddings look like today. We see what the hashtags like. A certain someone got married recently. The hashtag, if you follow that hashtag trail on social media, you're like, there's so many things happening. Just
If
the
you don't hashtag like this, don't marry me.
Yes,
couple
so
goes this, couple goes that, relationship goes this, relationship goes that. My question is it bad to aspire to these things?
no.
Okay, so where does it become a problem?
It's when you are now forcing yourself and killing yourself to do that. It comes naturally to people because they can afford it. But if you can't afford it, and then a lot of people are so stuck up on this proposal, so because they like the idea of marriage, not marriage. So they like the idea of wedding, not the marriage itself.
But let's also be honest. I mean, how many people out there in this day and time would take a proposal of just me, you, your dad, and your mom?
And the people that want to
No,
stay
there
in
are
the
a
marriage.
lot. So that's
People that want to stay in the
social
marriage
media
is-
is not the
Are
world.
there really a lot?
Oh,
They're
no,
just
there
a
are
lot
so-
in the community that
There are so many. So it's and that's actually the deception of living your life on social media, is that you expect that everybody is doing it. There are a lot of people that are getting married that you did not know that they are married.
Just doing
Do
it,
you understand?
just go
They
to
just went to
church
their
for
family
blessings,
members,
and they
did
go
their
to
stuff
registry.
themselves. It was
And that's it.
maybe much later that you found out that these guys are married. You didn't see their proposal and they are living well.
Hey, we absolutely know that you love the show, you're enjoying the conversations, and we're grateful that you're there. But would you please take a second to like, share, and subscribe? Send this to somebody that you think this will be beneficial to them. More importantly, please share your comments with us, ask us your questions, share your stories, and of course, dilemmas that you'd like us to speak to. We would absolutely love to hear from you so that we know that you're there, and of course, share something that we think will be useful for you. All you have to do is use the details now showing on the screen. That said, let's get back to the episode.
So like you said, if you can afford it, do it. But there are even times when you can afford it that you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because it will be a major source of distraction for you, your family. Have you? So you do a lot of couples counseling. You see that then what we find is that there are a number of young people that will invest so much in planning all those things, but will never sit down for a 2 hours counseling session
Yeah.
with their intended.
Right.
They want a big wedding, but they don't even know the basics of building a marriage. They don't know the basics of conflict resolution. They don't know the basics of financial planning. They don't know the basics of communicating within each other. They don't know the basics of what to do
They
with
don't
your
even know
in-laws.
the girl's love language or the guy's love language. All they
But
know is the actual
that
boys that will come.
you will throw this
The girl
money
has
here.
done, the girl or the guy, the couple, not just the girl. They've not thought beyond the day of the wedding. That's all they've been thinking about. The proposal and the day of the wedding. The day after, when they wake up on the bed beside each other, they have no clue about
There
what's
was
going to happen.
something I saw
that I concluded in my heart that this is a skit. So it's one of those candid camera shows where this guy comes and he identifies people that have boyfriends and husbands and try to use money to buy them. And then this episode, this lady was chilling at the restaurant and taking her drinks by herself alone, and then this guy comes in and says, "Oh, you're fine girl, what are you doing by yourself?" And the girl was saying that, can you imagine that me and my intended, we agreed that immediately after the wedding we will go on honeymoon. Okay, night of the wedding, Baba, so I've packed. Oh, where's your bag? Let's go. Where's the visa? Where's this? And the guy is saying wait. And the girl say wait. But we agreed that immediately after we are going on. They said they had a major fight that made her come down to the restaurant to want to eat.
On night of our wedding.
At the day after the wedding. The day after the wedding.
But do you know, Don, that most times the honey in the moon that they want to go and explore is already finished.
No, it's not
fully
the
leaked,
so it's not really
it's already fully leaked.
it's not the there's not the honey
what
that
is
they are
the
going
honey
to
they are
leak.
going to moon?
It
They
is the
fully leaked
picture.
it.
Is the picture they will
The
take
content.
at those. God
The
bless
content,
you.
so that people can say, oh.
So it's not which honey.
the honey they don't leak finish.
Gentlemen, I appreciate the passion.
No, why it is
Okay.
paining me is because
I can see that it's spinning you.
there are young people
Mhm.
that I believe that they would have done a lot more, they would have become a lot more if they had settled down in the institution of marriage. But there's a lot of distraction.
On the topic of distraction, I, at the risk of shaking tables here,
Shake it.
personal example, there's a couple that I follow on social media, and I absolutely love what they have. I've been following them for years now. Great couple, they have a great rapport, and then very recently they were going to separate, and what's even worse is there's no explanation as to why. Maybe to feed the people's need or their need for counsel or just gossip if they said this is why, but this particular couple are not saying anything, but they're just
Did they say what
I don't even care so much for what people say, but I know that when I learned about it, it broke my heart. And the question that came out of that for me that I'd like to also find out from both of you is, do you think that it is definitely the distraction of being public? Or let me rephrase it better to say, are there direct disadvantages to having a public relationship?
It's the pressure. Always have to live up to some standard that is non-existent. You open
that
your
was
phone.
created for
Yes, and you'll be checking
Bye.
how many likes.
Yeah.
How do you live your life like that? People
What
that
if
don't know you, people that
What if I
don't
work
care.
in a public space? What if I work in media and entertainment?
You work
right?
in media. It's not the like.
You
It's not your
work
life.
there, you don't live there.
It's not your life. Your show, they can like your show, but your person waiting for like. And if you don't see like, your body will be shaking in the morning. Nobody has liked this. Oh no, my viewership is going down. So I see people say, I lost my, what's it called? I lost my account. And it's as if life finished. Because if I ask, so what does this person do? They said,
He's an
influencer. Okay, what does that mean? He said, so
Means they can make like 5 million naira from one post.
So when that thing goes down, so what happens if social media does not work for like 1 week or 1 month?
That's COVID part 2.
It's COVID, yes. It's COVID. I'm just asking you, why do you want to live your life? So if it's the work you do, I understand that, but why is your life on that?
Why do you require so much
the best
validation?
relationships are not necessarily on social media. They are not the best content creators.
Right.
The guys you may have described are really great content creators, and the fact that they look all lovey-dovey on social media does not really mean that they are all lovey-dovey. in real life.
Yeah, in real life.
Right.
Do you understand? Because people have different lives. Or people can have different lives. How many people have you seen? You roll with actors, so there are people that you saw, you loved them. They were all the roles that they chose for them
When you
were
meet
those
close to
kind
them.
that men that I can't wait to see this person. You
Yeah.
saw them in real life, and you're wondering like, what?
Is this it?
Now this be this.
Right. Right.
Right?
Right.
You've had those kind of
Yeah.
So that's the acting
Yeah.
part.
So that's the
It's
acting
acting.
part.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about just the social media, which, quite like you said, something that is how did you even phrase it now?
Double-edged
It's a double-edged sword. It's not necessarily partisan per se. It's just how you use it. Let's talk about how when social media becomes delusion, for example. But how I want us to attack this question is thinking about it from the angle of practical terms now. At what point, when do I know that my being on social media, the things that I'm feeding on, have drastically started to affect this thing that should be private? Are there telltale signs, for example, that would help me identify that I'm starting to do too much, or I'm starting to care so much as to then pull back so I don't ruin this relationship or this marriage that I have with my other half?
There's a concept I'll call snake in the garden. So the snake in the garden refers to what happened in Genesis. So Adam and Eve, they were okay.
Mm-hmm.
Snake came in.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, the whole garden
It was not good enough any
was no
longer.
more longer
There's only
enough.
one fruit.
Was that one tree that they said not near that, not chop from that tree. What you they do near that vicinity?
Mm.
Tree of life day, shower shop day, apple day, mango day, agbalmo day. But this one,
One that they said don't
the
go.
one they said don't go to, that was the one that you were looking for. Now you don't chop and your eye don't clean. Do you understand? So how that often translates in a relationship is that two people are okay a particular way. Then snake comes in. And when snake comes in, what happens is that same thing that you were doing before, that all of you will do, you will be okay with, because you have watched something on social
Becomes
media.
inadequate.
All of a sudden, it becomes inadequate.
Because it affects your life, your mood, your
They
relationship.
bought cake. Cake, we have been buying cake for 15 years. We buy 2-step cake. We put candle on top. We will blow, poof. I will say, happy birthday. Or he say, jolly good fellow. All of a sudden, you now see what one person did with
You
his
now have to
wife
put the dollar
on
bouquet.
social media. All of they did dollar
Dollar
bouquet.
bouquet.
All of a sudden they bring cake. You say every time cake, every time cake, every time cake. When you dey grow up, you not chop one cake. Oh. Do you understand?
I think, Don, it's when it begins to affect your life and your reasoning. Not because what you desire, but to feed onto a particular narrative and to portray you as being something. When that need begins to override what is really necessary for your life, then I think you need to draw
Right.
a line.
Right.
And
Draw-
when you also start living on social media, living on social media actually means that you want to kiss your husband.
You have to say, wait.
Wait.
Oh.
Where's that ring light on camera?
Okay.
It
I
says,
just- yeah.
what kind
And that's why I think I can't be a content creator. Because if I'm entering a party, somebody must carry camera behind me. I say, what? They say, no, that's the way it's done. You have to shoot. Yeah, wait. Oh, yeah, hold the banner like that. Oh, yeah, hold. And you now swing it. Oh, yeah, they will catch the swing.
They can't swing, but their life is swinging.
Easy now. Easy. Are we not friends? We're friends. The way both of you have phrased it, it definitely makes it look a lot weird when you see these things happen.
Have you seen content creation before?
Oh, no. Oh, of course.
I work into some.
everything-
I
The
work.
ones that they used to, they will stop pastor.
Everything is
Yeah.
scripted.
They will stop pastor.
As it was to join them. That the
Stop
angle is
pastor,
done.
pastor,
The angle is
pastor.
somehow.
Wait, you are sweating.
Everything-
They go and that pastor
I'm
says,
telling you.
Everything is definitely scripted in this day and time, but of course, from what I even hear both of you say, we're not saying you shouldn't celebrate your,
No.
like post them on their birthdays,
No.
do things, but like you said, the moment it feels like it starts to affect, to bring all of this together, let's talk about the actual strength of a relationship beyond even social media. What are your recommendations, especially in this day and time where it feels like social media is the currency that people spend? It's the thing that people go to for validity or the quality of even a relationship. What's your recommendation for how to build that?
So it depends on what you do, really. Some people actually work, social media is their work. And so to drive views, to make some money. Somebody said the world turned upside down when Elon Musk money came. Before Elon Musk money, people were not this crazy.
No, there were some. Maybe
when it
there
was
are
not so
people making
monetized.
so much money on
Yes.
Facebook.
So, but it was work. Now, if you look at Markangel, for example, if I remember Markangel, he was making money, but it was skits.
Yeah.
His life was different. So anytime you see him, is a skit, and that's the one he was making money with. But you don't know what's going on in his life. But what we have after Elon Musk's money, if you are beating your child in the bedroom, it's content.
Right.
It's not longer work. It's your life moves to social media. And so when it gets to the point where your life is now, nothing is sacred anymore.
Right.
Not everything is on social media. Then you need to watch it. You need to watch it. Then I think you are going beyond. You are going overboard.
Go private.
But maybe I'm just
Go
OG.
private, right?
Go private.
But if you are working on social media, you can't go private. That's your work.
No, so that's the question. So that's the thing.
Work and your life, they should be different.
So there is the social media work, and there's your life work.
Yes.
Your life work, intimacy is not built in the open,
No.
right? Seeds don't grow in the open; they go down, right? They grow in the dark. They grow, they are buried.
I see the fruits later on.
And then you see the fruit. So it's not about what you do out there.
Yeah.
It's what you do indoor. In fact, people are praying now. You set ring
Oh
lights
yes. Oh
to
yes.
see you praying.
Mm.
Your own personal devotion. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So those are major distractions, and that has also been that has become a god for a lot of people. When you hear that you shall not serve God and mammon, social media can actually become your god if you are not careful.
Right.
Because that's what calls the shots.
Right.
It's calling the shots. You are lying to make content. You are misrepresenting facts to get content. Is that not?
No, we just
breaking the
embellish. We are
cardinal?
not lying. We are embellishing.
You
There are
know,
two different things.
whatever you call it. It's
Just
white
embellishing.
lying, it's editing, and the rest
It's
of them.
embellishing.
So we just have to be careful. But
Right.
if you really, it's better to grow your relationship offline
Right.
as against online.
Right. Embrace privacy. Return to the age where things used to be sacred.
Yeah.
I'll just read something that we put on the note here. It talks about how, and you were talking about this earlier, the real indicators of love are often invisible, especially online, because social media might show the world a relationship, but real love is lived in private moments. I think it's been a fantastic conversation today on the Sozo podcast, especially just the subject that we've discussed. And I know for a fact that it would have indeed blessed you just watching. But do not go anywhere. In the next segment, we would expand a bit more and, of course, share some of our thoughts on some of the dilemmas that you're sharing with us.
So welcome to Daddy's Corner. This corner is where we'll hear from you. We take your dilemmas, your questions, and we try to put some expert advice or daddy's advice to it. So I have the one for today or for this episode, and it says this. Gentlemen, you will love this. My partner wants me to go 50-50 in marriage. While I do not have an issue with it, I think it's transactional. Men should be the primary provider. Am I overreaching or overreacting? Should I go through with this?
So what kind of person is this person?
It's 50-50.
And 50-50, yes, but if it's go to 50-50, how is this relationship going to work?
No, so
All of us are contributing equally.
she's saying my partner wants me to go 50-50.
She doesn't want to go 50-50 from what you read. She wants to provide 100%.
But is that not what God created the man for?
So my point is that if she wants the guy to be a full provider, what is she going to
What does she bring to the table?
No, I'm not.
I know. So let's not bring this table to the question.
What
Bring to the table question.
in that relationship, what would be our own contribution? Maybe not to the table.
Maybe she
What
will,
kind of
she will
does she
produce
want to be a
spiritual.
traditional wife?
She will be a spiritual. She will
Does
do
she want to be a
spiritual
traditional
support.
wife, or she wants to be a modern wife enjoying traditional benefits? They are two different things.
Interesting. Press.
I mean, I'm smiling.
Why?
I'm smiling because
Have you been there before?
no, it's not even a matter of that. My concept for what a relationship, a partnership would be. Actually, I shouldn't speak about this vaguely. I should speak about it personally. Personally,
Tell me.
I want a scenario where, at the very least, I'm taking care of 80 to 90% of what the response.
So who will take care of that 10%?
Maybe she can decide if she wants to do it or not.
If it's not going to be done.
No,
what will
I just want to be the guy, and I promise it's not even from a bully standpoint. I just want to be the guy that shows up. Period.
So Presley,
Yes.
if you live abroad, what you said now may be difficult to achieve because the cost of living is very, very high.
which abroad? Because have you heard the cost of rent now?
In Nigeria, you are still able to a large extent in Nigeria,
Yeah.
manage that. But if you live abroad, prosperity comes with the two of you joining hands together. For example, if I'm able to buy 2 houses in London, do we stay with those 2 houses? If I'm able to buy 2 and you're able to buy 2, so we live in 1 and 3 will make up, pay themselves out and also support our life. But so I don't need to stay on my own.
Yeah.
So all of us can buy. But it's a mindset thing.
Yes.
It's a mindset thing.
Yes.
Point is that, is your money our money or my money? So, because God blesses one for 2 most times.
Yeah.
One has higher earning power,
Yeah.
but it's for the 2. So if you go back to how God created a man and a woman, says the woman is the helpmeet, which means if there's a gap, the woman supports.
And if the gap is more than 50%.
No, we are not even measuring the gap. If there's a gap and God has enabled you, you support. There's nobody notices the gap. But the fact that this guy is even pushed for 50-50, the mindset of this guy is not the mind of a provider, it's not the mind of somebody that takes responsibility. He just wants to share everything.
Yeah.
Now, the question I will ask this guy, does he want to share his authority as a man?
You know, it's
Does not share his authority.
it's one of the well, and I don't say this with patronage. One of the reasons why I absolutely love to hear your viewpoint on stuff is you can indeed speak to it from a standpoint of wisdom, because you're right. This question is not just an on the surface question.
This is not a money question.
It's not a money question actually, because when you think about it, on the side of the woman, you want to ask the question, are you also thinking about your value in the relationship? And then on the side of the guy, does he even understand what a partnership is? And I even see what that means in my own posture in a relationship, for example, because like you said, it's not necessarily about you even being able to show up and cater to everything. It's understanding that this person in the partnership also matters.
Correct.
And the ability to also bring something into the mix also, because there's a way that you can then be the utmost provider and then they feel invalid. At least assuming you're with a great partner. So I agree that it's not a conversation around really just provision, but like you said, the mindset of
It's the
both
mindset.
parties,
It's the
you know,
mindset.
and them understanding what
It's the mindset.
a actual partnership is.
Well, like she says, I think it's transactional. That's what she said.
She's
The
seeing
only
red
problem
flags. She's
where
seeing
I
red
also
flags.
then have an issue is that men should be the primary provider.
She's seeing red flags because she said
she's both seen red flags and
Yes.
she's also a red flag.
Correct.
So-
She's a red wall, not just flag. She's a red wall because she thinks that men should provide,
Right.
And-
which means that to her, our money is our money. If men should, which means that it's your duty to take care of everything, whether you are dying or not, and that's why I went bald. The pressure was a lot because in my own time, you don't even need to ask your wife. I had to understand that please, Allah open up or you will die. I discovered
And you are not El
that
Shaddai, or
yes,
else you will
I
die.
discovered that there's things when you discuss with your wife, there are things that you consider very big that really they are not so important.
Right.
It's something that she could do away with,
Right.
or it's not important for this season. But if you keep it and say I'm a man, I must do it, you will die. the mindset of this person is that whether this guy dies or not is not the just provide.
Just
provide.
provide.
Now the mind of this guy is that I don't want to die. The 50, so
Right.
both of them are red flags.
Both
If
of
you-
them have a lot of
Yeah, if
growing
you
to
go
do.
back
Right.
to what the creator of marriage did is you lead and this person supports you. If you go with that mindset, it solves a lot of things. Because you are not pushing, nobody is superior, nobody, it's a partnership. We are working together. You're able to open up. I can't afford this, but 3 months' time, I can. It's okay, let's abandon this for now. Let's work on this. What is important to us is being able to discuss. But if you live a 50-50 makes sense abroad, though, because it's two of us and
I won't say 50-50. I would say vision and priorities.
correct.
What's the vision?
Yeah.
Yes. What
What are
do
the
now?
priorities? And then the money I have, the money you have are
As a unit.
tools
There we
for
go.
us to be able
Right.
to
There we go.
to achieve the vision.
There we go.
If the vision, if what our monies can deal with now are the our kids' education, that's
Let's
the
focus on
priority.
that.
Let's
Yeah.
focus on that. We'll be able to eat, take care of ourselves. But if I then keep what I have and expect the other person to take care of maybe half of it, right? So what does 50-50 mean? If somebody that is earning, say, maybe 50,000 pounds,
Correct.
right, brings 50% of what she's earning, and you that is earning 2 million pounds,
You bring
right,
50%.
you bring 50%.
No,
Have you seen that? You don't. It seems fair
Yeah,
in
but it's not fair.
percentage, but it is not
It's
fair in
not
real
fair.
life.
Right.
It's
Right.
not fair.
So it's not really about the
But
50-50.
forget the money done. Who spends more time with the children? Who takes care of the house?
How do you split that
Okay.
50-50?
How do you split the 50-50?
How will you split
Yes.
the work?
How
Sef?
do you measure it?
How do you even split
How do you
the
measure
the
it?
thing? So
Who takes care? How do you measure those things? It's just having a partnership mindset. But we've now reduced this to the issue of money.
Transaction. She's
That's why
actually
she call it
correct.
transaction.
Right.
We
She's
reduce
correct
everything to
about
money,
being
and that's why we make the
transactional,
mistake.
yeah.
I keep saying what my wife brought in our relationship, I cannot quantify the way the children turned out, the way the family turned out.
The way you turned out. Come on.
Yes, I can't quantify it. But if I look at it, because she's a civil servant, if I look at it that in terms of money, I would have missed it a long time ago. So she was working in a bank and she left. She was ahead of me in banking. So she would have been maybe a general manager. I'll probably be a general manager. Both of us would come in at 1 a.m., 10, 12 p.m.
And
The
then
maid that take care of the
the
children.
maid that speak
So-
English bitter lemon.
Oh, yeah.
are the
So
ones
point
taking
is that
care of
at the point in her career, without telling me, she left. Say, what is important to me now is to focus on this family. I was very upset because we needed the money. But looking back now, she probably had a better idea of what she wanted from life than me. But how do I quantify staying with the children? How do I quantify looking for their homework? How do I quantify the emotional support? How do I quantify somebody rubbing my head when I come back? The said, don't worry, it will be fine. Okay.
So what
All
do
the
you say to
pressure.
this lady?
She doesn't understand what marriage means yet.
And then the man himself does
The
not
man that
also.
bought the 50-50, he should go and ask his father how he did it.
Chai, I like that this is called Daddy's Corner
Is that this-
because
Daddy has
most of
spoken.
it exactly.
Go and ask
There
his
we go.
father. how he
Daddy
did
has
it.
spoken.
Daddy has spoken.
So with that, we've come to the end of this segment. Ladies and gentlemen, marriage is a relationship of partnership. And go and be partners indeed. Thank you.
Right now.